Hello everyone, welcome to one more session of Science with me. Children, today we are beginning a new topic in science, that is force and energy, right? Children, as you have already learned the force in your previous class, so just have a quick recap, okay? Force, a push or pull acting on an object is called force. So children, in everyday life we use and perform many actions that involve a push or a pull. Okay, suppose a football, the ball is being pushed, okay, when the players kick it, right? So yeah, like in a tug of war, people are pulling at the rope. Okay, so what is force? When a push or pull acting or applied on an object is called force, right? So for example, picking. See children, when we are talking picking, okay, opening or shutting, kicking or hitting something, okay. So picking, see children, if you are picking up something, that you need to apply some force. If you want to pick something, so what you have to do, you need to apply some force, okay. And the second one is opening or shutting. So children, when you are opening the door or you are shutting the door, then again what you are doing, you need to apply some force, right? Now kicking. So suppose children, when you are playing a football, at that time you are kicking the football, you kick the football, okay. So again that time you need to apply some force, okay. Now when we are talking about the hitting, okay, hitting means suppose when you are playing a cricket. So children, what you do at that time, you are hitting the ball with the help of a bat, okay. So again you need to apply some force. So hit the ball, again force by hitting the ball with the help of a bat, again the force is required, okay. Now so children, I hope it's clear what is force. A push or pull acting on an object is called force, right? So children, now after discussing about the force, now we will be going to discuss the effect of, see here are the some effects of the force. So children, we cannot see force, right, but we can see it affects. So now we are going to learn about the effects of force. See, force can move a stationary object, okay. First I would like to tell you what is stationary. Stationary means still, okay, it is in still position, not moving, okay, right. So what is stationary? The object which is not moving, it is in still position. But when you apply some force on an object, suppose a toy car is there, when you apply the force on it, what will happen? It will start moving, okay. So the force can move a stationary object, okay. Now the second one, force can change the direction of an object, okay. So children, suppose when you are playing a cricket, okay, now at that time you need to apply some force to change the direction, okay, of the ball, okay, right. Now the third one, force can stop a moving object, okay, right. So the force can stop a moving object, okay. How this children, have you seen the goalkeeper stops the, when you're playing the football, see, have you seen the goalkeeper try to stop the football, okay. So or you can say when we are catching, when you are playing cricket, at that time you are catching the ball, okay, and that time also what you do, you apply the force to catch that ball, okay, then also force is required, right. Now children, the last one is force can change the shape of an object, okay. So how this force can change the shape of an object, okay. Now see children, have you seen mama is making a chapati, okay. I think everybody has seen the mama is making a chapati from the dough. That the dough means wheat flour, atta hota, okay. So children, first what she is doing, first she is kneading the dough, okay, and then she is making the dough ball, okay. उसका गोला बनाती है मामा आटा का. So she is making the dough ball, and after that what she is doing, she is making the chapati from the roller pin, okay. And what she do, she applies some force on that dough ball, okay. What will happen? And it will change the shape, okay. Suppose sometimes she change the shape, she make the roti or paratha, okay. So when she is applying the force on the roller pin, she is change that the shape, when she applied the force, the shape of the dough ball is going to change, okay. So what are the effects of force? Force can move a stationary object. Force can change the direction of an object. Force can stop a moving object. And force can change the shape of an object, right? So what is a force? A push or pull acting or applied on an object is called force. Effect of force are: force can move a stationary object, force can change the direction of an object, force can stop a moving object, and force can change the shape of an object, right? Okay, so children, the first type of force is the gravitational force or gravity. Okay, now see, gravitational force or gravity is the force that attracts objects toward the center of the earth. Okay, so the children, the force that attracts objects toward the center of the earth is called gravitational force or gravity. Fine. See children, if you throw a ball up, what will happen? It comes down after some times, and that is, you all know, that is due to earth gravity. Okay, when you're throwing a ball up, immediately it will come down after some times. You will see it comes down after some times. Why? Because of the due to the earth gravity, right? So it is the earth gravity that keeps us and all other objects on the ground, right? Now the children, the second one is the magnetic force or magnetism. Okay, so children, magnetic force or magnetism is the force with which a magnet attracts. Okay, this magnet will attract metals such as iron and nickel and other magnets. Okay, and you know children, magnets may also repel with each other with the help of the magnetic force. Okay, so what is the magnetic force or the magnetism? The force which is applied by a magnet, the force applied by a magnet or metal such as iron, nickel and on other magnets, okay, is called magnetism or magnetic force. For example, a magnet attract metal, okay, such as iron and nickel, right? Okay, now the third one is the electrostatic force. Okay, so children, the electrostatic force, the force that charged body exerts on another charged or uncharged body is called electrostatic force. Okay, so children, in ancient time, have you seen, they known as a material such as amber. Okay, it's get charged when we are rubbed with other materials and attract the lighter objects. Okay, so for example children, when you comb your hair, when you comb your dry hair, and you know, when you bring the comb near a tiny bits of paper, okay, after then what you will see, the paper gets attracted towards the comb. Okay, so this shows when the things are rubbed with each other, what happens, they become charged and a force of attraction is produced. Okay, that is the electrostatic force. Now moving to the fourth one, that is a mechanical force. Okay, so a mechanical force comes into play when a pull or push comes in physical contact, okay, with an object. Suppose when you open a door, okay, your hand pushes the door. Okay, so the force applied by hand change the shape. Okay, suppose you have taken the cold drink bottle in the hand. Okay, so when you apply the force by your hands, what will happen, it will change the shape of the tape. Okay, so mechanical force can bend or break or compress things. Okay, so when mechanical force, a force that features some direct, okay, contact between the two objects. Okay, now one applying the force and another which is in a state or rest, or you can say in a state motion. Okay, and result, what will happen in the production of a change in the state of the object. Suppose children, for example, hitting a nail. Okay, you are hitting a nail into wall with the help of the hammer, so you are applying the force by your hand. Okay, generator is started by rotating the hand. Okay, then also the mechanical force is applied. Okay, now riding on the bicycle and pushing the pedals. Okay, these are the examples of the mechanical force, right? Okay children, now the fifth one is the buoyant force. Okay, see children, different objects when dropped in water, what will happen? Will either sink or it will float on it. Okay. So when an object is dropped in water, what will happen? The water exerts a net upward force. Okay, that pushes the object up. So this upward force, okay, is called the buoyant force. Okay. See now. The upward force acting on an object in water is called the buoyant force. Okay. For example, see children, things float on water. Okay. And the second one example is a huge ship does not sink. Okay. But floats on water. Why? Due to the presence of this buoyant force. What will happen? This buoyant force is equal to the weight of the water which is displaced by the object. Okay, so children, this statement is called the Archimedes principle, and that you are going to learn in the senior classes, because when you are going to do the calculation, okay, of this, how much water is displaced, okay, equal the weight of the water, that you are going to learn in the senior classes. But till now only the buoyant force. What is the buoyant force? The upward force acting on an object in water is called a buoyant force. Okay. Now, so children, we have learned the different types of forces. First was the gravitational force or gravity. Second was your magnetic force or magnetism. Third was the electrostatic force. Fourth was your mechanical force, and the fifth was the buoyant force. Right. So children, the last one is the frictional force or friction. Okay. So a force that slows down the movement of an object across a surface is called force of friction or frictional force. So children, what is the friction? First let me explain. Friction is a special force that slows down movements, right? So when you push or pull an object to move it, what will happen? The force of the push or pull should be greater than the force of friction. When the friction is very less, what will happen? The things will slide, right? And when it is more, things doesn't move. Okay. So if there will be no friction, we would not be able to walk. What will happen? We would keep slipping off. Okay. So frictional force or friction is the force that tries to stop the movement of objects, right, across a surface. So friction always acts in the direction opposite to the direction of movement of an object. It can slow down the movement of an object or stop it from moving altogether. Okay. So movement across the smooth surface such as ice and glass produces less friction. Okay. So here some are the advantage of the friction. Okay. See, it helps us to walk. It makes the movement of the vehicle possible. It makes it possible to write with a pen and chalk. It helps to erase pencil marks from the paper. Okay, so these are the advantages of the friction. See children, friction between our feet and the ground makes it possible for us to walk, right? So we find it hard to walk on the ice or on smooth polished floor. Okay, what will happen? Because there the friction is less, friction is produced. Okay, so that's why we often slip on the icy ground or on the wet floor. Okay. So the friction between the tire of the vehicles and the road make them roll forward. Okay, thus friction makes the movement of the vehicles possible, right? See, friction, children, friction between the chalk and the blackboard make it possible for us to write on the blackboard, for the teachers, especially for the teachers. Okay, because the teachers are using the chalk and the blackboard, so it make it possible for them to write on the blackboard. And you know, it also help us to write on the paper and erase pencil marks on the paper using the eraser. Okay, so these are the advantage of the friction. No, see children, now if there is some advantage, what will happen? There will be some disadvantage will be there. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of the friction. Friction makes it hard to slide heavy objects such as heavy box across the floor. It produces heat that damage the machines. It also damages the tire of the vehicles and sole of shoes. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of the friction. So what will this friction make? It's hard to slide heavy object, okay, such as the heavy pieces of the furniture or the heavy box across the floor. See, second, friction generates heat. Okay, see children, when you are rubbing your palms together for some times, you will see the heat is produced. Okay, why? Due to friction. Okay, so when the heat is produced due to friction, that causes damage to the machine parts such as car brakes. Okay, because these things continuous, they are working. Okay, now the friction causes damage of the tire of the vehicles. Okay, the sole of a shoes, okay, also worn out. Okay, and children, you know, the machine parts making these objects wear away with the time. This is the reason why which machine parts need to be oiled regularly. Okay, because oil is the slippery, it is a slippery. Okay, and it reduces the friction between the different parts of a machine. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of the friction, right?